So what I'm going to show you in this video is how to share a file from a user's OneDrive for Business with another user inside the same Office 365 tenant. Now we've got two users here. The one on the right is in their OneDrive for Business and they will be sharing a file with the person on the left hand side who basically is at the moment in their inbox awaiting an invitation. Now on the right hand side you'll see that I have the display of my OneNote files in a tile arrangement. I can easily change that by going to the top right here and swapping it back to being simply a file list. But I'm going to go back to the tiles, make it nice and easy to view. Now what I'm going to do is I want to share this file here called budget.xlsx. Now to do that I simply right mouse click on the file and select the option here to share that file. This will pop up a sharing dialog. All I need to do is type the name of the user inside my Office 365 tenant. You'll see that that user gets auto-populated. Over on the right here I have the option to determine their permissions with this file. Remember that by default they will get edit if you don't make that change. So if you only want to view, make sure you do make that change. In this case I'll leave them as edit. I can put in a message here so that they know what the file is about. And you'll see that I have the option here to require them to sign in to access the documents. They have to be signed into their Office 365 login to get to that file. And you'll also see that I have an option here to send them an email invitation, which is what I want to do because it will give them a link to access that file. So when I'm ready, I just push the share button. You'll see in the top right hand corner I get the indication that this file is being shared. You'll also see that I get a larger message here indicating that I've shared this file. Okay, so again it's a good indication that it is currently being shared by me. Now over on the left hand side you'll see that my other user has received confirmation of that file. I'll go in and have a look at the message. You'll see I get an indication of who shared it, and importantly I have a direct link to that file. So all I need to do is click on that link. I'll be taken directly to that file. If it's an Office Online document, then I'll be placed in Office Online. You'll see now that, for example, I can go in and edit this in a browser and update that file, and that file will be saved back to the original users OneDrive for Business. So let's go in here and maybe if we change this to USA, save that and it will save in the background. Now if I go back to the original user, click on that same file, basically because it's an Office Online document, you'll see that basically I now have the ability to also put this into edit mode at the same time. So again, you'll see now that the edit that I have made over on the left hand side appears on the right, and you'll see that I get notification that multiple people are now editing this workbook. So I get an indication that this user here marked in red and the other user. So if I go over here on the left hand side, you'll see that the cursor on the right follows that. If I then go in here and let's change this maybe to another country, so let's for example go in here and make this for example, hit enter, you'll see that that is updated on the right hand side. So I'm able to do what's called co-authoring the documents. Now obviously when I'm finished with that file I can then navigate back to the OneDrive. So I finished with that file, close that in both cases. Now you'll see that with that file selected in the source, I can now go in and select to go to the information panel. You'll see that I get a list of the recent activity. So the people who made the edits will also see that I shared it with another user along with the preview of the file. Now in this other user, if I now basically navigate across here to their OneDrive, okay, so let's go to the left hand user's OneDrive for Business. We'll get their personal list of files. Now if I want to see this file that has been shared with me, what I need to do is select the menu up here and you'll see that there's an option here called shared with me. So at the moment this is the only file that is currently shared with me. It has been shared by obviously Lewis Collins. Again, so I can work on this file as I would before. You can see that I can edit in Excel online. I can also do Excel on the desktop as if I want. But again, the way that I find that is basically to go into the area that is shared with me. The files area in this user's OneDrive is personal to them. Now, if I look on the right-hand side on the source, let me just go in and change the view here. You'll see that this document called budget.xls, the one that I shared, you'll see that this file here, you'll see that I get an indication that it is shared with another user. Files like this one here, only you, are specifically locked to just my access. So with the OneDrive option, I can share it with any user inside my tenant quickly and easily and get an indication of who that is actually shared with. Okay, so basically the process I went through is I went to the user's OneDrive, I basically right mouse clicked on a file, I went into the share option, I then put in the user's details, and that then sent them an email invitation. That user then received the invitation in their mail. Okay, and they are able then to simply click on the link that they received. Okay, so we'll see this link here. And when we clicked on this link, that took me directly to the file. Now, if I want to find that file after I've edited or I don't retain the message, I can simply go into the OneDrive for this user who received that, and then I select the option over here on the left hand side which is shared with me, and I again will see that file that I can then work on as per normal. So hopefully this has given you an idea of how simple, quick and easy it is to share files from your personal OneDrive for Business with other users inside your Office 365 tenant.